around this time of the season, we start to see some rotation. Changes. Doris, teams trying to balance player health while also staying competitive.
I think this is why the roster changes, having more players available via the G League, the bigger numbers, helps a team. You have a chance for more players to have a breakout season, to prove they deserve a bigger role as the season heats up. I love it, Brian.
Here are the 5 for the Suns. Josh Okogie is out there with Kevin Durant. Then there's Devin Booker. Then it's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Mr. Clutch in at the 1 spot. Now here's Leonard. Here's Highland. Out of bounds. It'll be Phoenix's ball. Just a superb read on defense to come up with the block.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
Here's Mr. Clutch. And you look at the numbers, currently around 22.5 points a game. Baseline jumper. That's good on the jumper.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really give the defense just another thing to worry about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
And here are the Clippers now. The Suns getting their last shot to go. Here's Batum. And he misses his first shot.
The fadeaway, not a terrible idea, but he needs to make the game easier on himself. He's overcomplicating things.
Oh, nice shot by Mr. Clutch.
That Kevin Durant with a nice feel right there. Just lead the guy to the open spot. That is beautifully done.
George outside. And the Clippers miss again. The Suns have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor.
So 2021 saw the addition of yet another honor to the resume of the great Kevin Durant, a selection to the NBA's 75th anniversary team. I don't think he needed cementing of his legacy, but it's just one more feather in his cap.
Time called here. The Clippers decide to talk it over. Even with all those accomplishments, Durant is just as hungry as ever, Doris.
Now, B.A., to me, he's always just in a competition against himself. He simply wants to play the best basketball night after night. Here's a guy who takes tremendous pride in being complete and perfecting his craft.
Here's Highland. Last game for him, he picked up 13. And the first quarter of action, 2 minutes in.
Nothing going right on the offensive end. They're 0 for 4 from the field.
Booker's shot is good.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Pass to Highland. And here's George. Here's Highland. Shot clock at 5. Takes it inside. Will it go? Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Boy, guys, it wasn't too long ago that the Los Angeles Clippers were the worst team in the league. But boy, have times changed. The Clippers are now an attractive organization for some stars.
I mean, a true transformation of the Clippers. They were that team that stars avoided.
They were, B.A., but I think that started to change back in 2011, the trade of CP3 to the Clippers. It started this new era. Then the ownership change helped it even further. And in one summer, let's remember, they signed both Kawhi and Paul George. Unreal transformation.
They get it back. Here's Plumlee. Ooh, good work defensively by Biyombo.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
And stolen by Leonard. Pass to George. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
Size and strength. Paul George has both, and you love his willingness to play through contact.
Phoenix calls timeout.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of 3 perimeter players to win back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards. It's him, Sidney Moncrief, and a young Dennis Rodman.
And the Clippers will go for... Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. Pass to Okogie. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And for his career, Kawhi Leonard has more steals than fouls, Grant.
You know, B.A., he and Jimmy Butler, I believe, the only 2 players to achieve that after a decade in the league. A pretty remarkable achievement.
On the court right now for the Suns, Kevin Durant is out there with Bismack Biyombo. Then it's Josh Okogie. Then there's Devin Booker. And it's Mr. Clutch in at the point.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Booker with it. And it's Leonard picking him up. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. Pass to Mr. Clutch. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Doris, the last few years, we've seen teams put together rosters loaded with talent, but it hasn't always translated to rings.
I think what we've learned, Brian, is that just accumulating talent is not enough to win in this league. What you have to find is a team that fits together well in terms of the individual parts. There also has to be that elusive chemistry. You can't define it, hard to win without it.
It's hauled in by the Suns. Biyombo's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Mr. Clutch on the mark with the 15-footer. He's got 14.
They seem to concede that shot, and his response is, thank you very much.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Back to Leonard. Pass to Plumlee. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Leonard. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Yep, that one goes.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
On the wing, Durant. Uses the glass on the layup. Durant's gotten his second bucket on the night.
Well, this is what makes Kevin Durant maybe the greatest all-around scorer in the game today. Equal proficiency from every spot on the floor.
Pass to Highland. We've got 1:48 left in the second period. He's off on the layup. Phoenix has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Here's Mr. Clutch. Another 3 for Phoenix.
He's lighting them up. Tough to strategize a comeback when you're being run over.
For Los Angeles, they've gone just 5 of 12 here in the second quarter. George outside. Back to Leonard. Batum, right side. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It goes on Kevin Durant.
This guy's so clever at getting defenders to bite. Nicholas Batum draws the contact.
And a new group getting ready for the Clippers. Zubats, he's checked in for Plumlee. Powell comes in for Leonard. Mann, he's checked in for Paul George. And it's Westbrook in for Highland. And a new group getting ready for the Suns. Baisley, he's checked in for Biyombo. T.J. Warren comes in for Durant. Ross, he's checked in for Okogie. And Payne is subbed in for Devin Booker.
Yeah, put it in Powell's vicinity, and he will finish with authority. That's nice.
And the Suns get another three.
He's going off this quarter. A huge reason why this team is on top.
Here's Westbrook. Parries the easy one. Westbrook's got 5 points.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Ross passes to Warren. Now here's Payne. Here's Mr. Clutch. And he makes it on the layup. He's got 22.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And that was the mobile one drive. Low resistance to the finish line.
Yeah, nice finish from him on that drive. Uses his body well and helps extend the lead.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 5. Batum left side. Pass to man. The shot, no good. Ross with it, and so it's Phoenix ending the quarter up 10. And they push the tempo in this one, getting it.
The Suns, 43.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Phoenix has gotten 5 of their 9 attempts from deep to go. Well, as far as nicknames go, Terrence Ross being called the Human Torch is pretty fitting, Doris.
What a classic nickname for a player that can get hot at any moment. And boy, when Terrence is rolling, he is very hard to cool off. This is a guy we've seen rattle off 10, 15, even at times 20 straight points. That is the Human Torch personified.
The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. Mason Plumlee out there with Nicholas Batum. And it's Highland in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thank you, Brian. Well, Paul George has certainly endured his share of criticism in the past, but he said, quote, "I can't worry about that. It comes with the job. I am who I am. They can judge me on what they want. I'm going to go out there and hoop and give it everything I've got." And guys, he brings a lot to the table.
No question. He is elite, Allie. Thank you. Phoenix has gotten 6 of 10 three-pointers to drop. Here's Mr. Clutch. The Clippers grab the miss. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Wizards. And they'll be nearing the end of their 5-game homestand. Shot by Leonard, no good.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Booker's got his second basket.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Leonard passes to George. 6 to shoot. The 3 is up. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
They've been unable to hit anything this half. 3 attempts and 3 misses.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Second personal foul. First team.
And the first one at the line is good. Covington's checked in for the Clippers. And the Suns also making a change. Lee's checked in. Los Angeles has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over.
And with the offense reeling, coach has to get these guys on the same page.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And
Substitution on the court. At the line for your Clippers, Norman Powell. Shooting 1.
well, the athletic Norman Powell continues to grow as an offensive player. Boy, this guy has got huge upside on the offensive end.
And so it's the Phx Suns with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. We'll be back in a moment. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And so, in the game for Phoenix, we've got T.J. Warren. He's out there with Bismack Biyombo. Cameron Payne out there with Josh Okogie. And it's Mr. Clutch in at the 2-guard spot. Warren, shot is good. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Suns?
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
And the Clippers making a change here. Highland's checked in. Durant, he's checked in for the Suns. Well, Phoenix is shooting at a very efficient 67%. Outside Payne. Here's Mr. Clutch. George defending. Knocks it down from distance.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Well, Grant, I know you collect art, so we've been hearing all about these hits.
At the line for the Suns, Jock Landale, shooting 1.
What's up? They haven't looked like themselves the last few possessions.
They haven't. This is when they really need to be patient and get a clean look. Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Suns.
A pair of tremendous rebounding teams.
And these guys played a little harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And so hard work pays off with their 26th win of the year.
And once this game is all said and done, they'll have a healthy 2-0 lead in this season series.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Mr. Clutch.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
There's 31 seconds left in the final quarter. George passes to Leonard. Here's Highland. Pass to Zubac. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
Ooh, talk about a way to deflate the team.
Well, I think it kills your energy, and it certainly kills your momentum.
Inside, Mr. Clutch. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
First free throw is good.
Shooting for Phoenix, number 12.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Mann. So no problem for Phoenix as they get the win. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation.
Probably both. It all depends on the overall, honestly.
Which part of your game do you want to see most portrayed in NBA 2K?
Brent, there's no doubt your athleticism was one of the key weapons you possessed. We're going to see plenty of that here tonight on display.
Well, that's kind of you first, Kevin, but secondarily, the guys out here have a chance when there's any open space to make something extremely exciting happen. So let's move up a little bit and sit on the edge of our seats, should we?
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. The forwards for him are a pair of Blue Devils, Ingram and Williamson. McCollum and Jones are their guards. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5, roaming the paint from downtown. He can't get it to go. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. Their last encounter was in New Orleans.
Yeah, you could see they were pressing in that one, and the shooting percentages dipped because of it.
Yeah, also, anytime you're having trouble getting over that 40% field goal mark, it's probably not going to be your night.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
I think people underestimated the Pelicans last year. They had such a tough start to the season, but still were able to make it to the playoffs.
Now here's Jones. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Utah Jazz.
And his scoring is going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Pelicans with the rebound. Unfortunately, the Pelicans did make a first-round exit in the postseason group.
In a series they took to 6 games, but yeah, it couldn't put together that deep run. Maybe this year things will be different.
That's 0 for 4 now. Time to slow it down and maybe get the best possible shot the next time down.
And Kia and the NBA have a long and great relationship. And now, Greg, they've tapped MP to be a spokesman for the brand.
I mean, guys like Blake Griffin and LeBron have worked with Kia in the past. Good move from them to add MP as the next player to rep their brand. Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Another 3 for Phoenix.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
For New Orleans, they've gone 0-5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. Now here's Jones. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
That's a whistle. He did not want to hear his second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Alvarado's checked in. Here's Mr. Clutch. He's coming off a 34-point game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. Warren the pass to Mr. Clutch. And he can extend the lead to double digits.
It's not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
And he is can be. Talk more, Brent, about what Jonas Valanciunas means to the game.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Warren. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
The will of Warren, admirable, superb, staying with the contact there.
So for New Orleans right now, up front it's Williamson at the 4 and Valanciunas at the 5. Running on the wing, they'll have Jones and Ingram. And it's McCollum in at the point guard. And the Pelicans miss again. The Pelicans coming to this one after the win against the Jazz in Salt Lake City.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Impressive to see them on the road just step up and have that kind of offensive performance.
And there's the pass to Ingram. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. McCollum, no good.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him.
Booker in the corner. To the wing right side. Here's Mr. Clutch. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Jones finds Valanciunas. It's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Lee's checked in for Phoenix. And New Orleans also making a change. Murphy's checked in.
Well, he's just really struggling right now. And with everything he's throwing up, nothing really helping out in terms of his confidence. I mean, these ones aren't even close.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
That free throw good for Mr. Clutch.
After missing the playoffs for 10 consecutive seasons, boy, the Suns not only got to the postseason in 21, they made it all the way to the finals. So what a turnaround for that franchise.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. It's been quite a turnaround, hasn't it, Brent, for Phoenix? Ever since they acquired Chris Paul in that trade from Oklahoma City, they've been a different team.
Yeah, and I don't think you can really give enough credit to what it is that Chris Paul has brought, along with the combination and relationship that he has with Monty Williams. I mean, that leadership with that young roster and giving those guys belief has elevated the play of everybody who's put on that uniform.
Here's McCollum. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Utah Jazz. To halt the run, buries the long-range jumper. McCollum's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, the coach has confidence in CJ taking that shot, and so CJ has confidence in making it.
Top of the key. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
The D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
And Jones slams it in.
Well, really good ball movement on the entire possession, and then CJ getting slick.
Here's Mr. Clutch. He's guarded by McCollum. Jacks up a 3. And he drills it. Beautiful release there for Mr. Clutch. Mr. Clutch has got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for the Suns. Outside, Jones. Pass to Murphy.
2 minutes remaining.
He feeds it to Williamson. And Williamson throws it down.
Yeah, once Zion gets that close, and it's a position that he likes, that backboard's going to be shaking.
Phoenix calls timeout.
And there had been so much talk about Zion wanting out of New Orleans. That was all put to rest this past summer. Zion signing a loaded extension to keep him with the Pelicans for the next handful of years.
Paisley's checked in for Phoenix. Ross comes in for Devin Booker. The Pelicans also changing it up. Hernan Gomez comes in for Jonas Valanciunas. And Daniels subbed in for Zion Williamson. Basket good. Mr. Clutch has got 13 points now in the quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
The Suns making a change here. Okogie's checked in. New Orleans making a switch here. 1:43 left here in the second. The 10-footer. That shot misses. Now the Suns take it the other way. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Yeah, saw the box score of that game the next day, and I thought, wow, that's a huge scoring night. Pretty impressive stuff there.
Pass to Murphy. 1:12 left in the first half. Daniels passes to Alvarado. Now Hernan Gomez. And trying to break loose. And the basket by Alvarado.
Say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow. And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. He's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Bangs home the trifecta. And it's now 22 points for Mr. Clutch.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Passes it to Lee. Out to the right wing. Here's Mr. Clutch. Another three for Phoenix.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrated.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close.
The Pelicans, 20.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Booker and Warren on the perimeter. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Durant, and it's Mr. Clutch in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Monty Williams. Greg, we know from time to time things get pretty chippy out there. What kind of things would get under your skin when you played in the NBA?
Guys tended to talk a little trash, and that could rattle you. That could bother you at times, but you really just try to maintain your focus and keeping your eye on the prize.
Williamson kicks to McCollum. Those three-pointers off the mark.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. Yeah, but just the second turnover of the game. I mean, overall, pretty meticulous offensively.
Cameron Payne's checked in for Mr. Clutch. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Now, here's Valanciunas. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
Talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Booker outside. Outside Durant. With the drive, and they pick up 2. Durant's got 7.
Durant almost 7 feet. It's just hard to believe watching how well he moves.
Outside, Jones.
Substitution on the
Suns with
floor.
a completely new group on the floor. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Mr. Clutch sinks the triple. Mr. Clutch has got 28.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Ross passes to Mr. Clutch. That one good for 2. Mr. Clutch has got 5 points now this quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Ingram finds Nance. Here's Jones. They can't stop the run with that one.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Out to the right wing. Launches a 3. No good there. And so it's Phoenix with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been...
The Pelicans, 29.
And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And there have been 2 very different performances. Clutch is checked in for Phoenix. Some changes for New Orleans. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Suns.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
Well, looking at the stat sheet, I could just see here tonight sharing the basketball. The stat that comes up most is assists. So sometimes you have to look for your teammate. That makes things happen. They've done it.
So the Pelican 5 right now. Up front, it's Williamson at the 4 and Valanciunas at the 5. C.J. McCollum out there with Ingram. And it's Murphy in at the 3 spot. Here's Mr. Clutch. A three-pointer off the mark. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Suns.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Mr. Clutch.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Richardson covering. Mr. Clutch's shot is off. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Here's Alvarado. Kicks it to Marshall. Lets it go from deep. Landale grabs the miss.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
The three. No good on that one. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly. And the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that about wraps it up. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.